Well, I've been following it, and it doesn't make sense for NFL owners to have Eric Reid out of football. Now, we're still early in free agency. There's still going to be some players to be signed, but the lack of overall interest in his ability to be able to play the position, and he doesn't. I won't accept, Colin Kaepernick not playing because the NFL has been about the best players playing. But even if you wanted to make some excuses about Cap, forget his playing, all right? Because you can't say him playing on the field, he's not good enough. But you wanted to say he's not a good locker room guy. There were guys on his team that necessarily that felt like he wasn't close to the team, a little standoffish, some things like that. If you want to add those to Cap, okay, I will listen to you. But you can't say those things about Eric Reid. Can't say he's not a high achiever. Can't say he's not a locker room guy. Can't say he's not a team guy. He's barely said a few things. He just basically took a kneel next to Cap to support him. And now with the backlash being he's getting the same treatment that Cap is getting, and he's still playing at a Pro Bowl level, it doesn't make sense. I'm concerned right now. If he's not signed and we come June 1st, and then there should be an outcry. Because this game, if this is America's pastime, then you should be able to have a peaceful protest. There's a bunch of other guys protested. They playing. Now, why aren't they playing?
Well, and all of the potential excuses for Cap that you also didn't mention do not apply to this guy. Oh, well, it's as Coach Mangini would talk about, the media circus surrounding it. Don't nobody know who Eric Reid is? There's no MSNBC, CNN, Fox News going to Jacksonville if they sign Eric Reid. He's not a guy that there's going to be some media firestorm. Oh, well, the style in which he plays you don't want as a backup quarterback. Well, that doesn't apply to your safety, whether it's your starting safety or second string safety. Like the seemingly non-blackball reasons that Cap is out of football, those get knocked down immediately with Eric Reid. This is a healthy player who made a Pro Bowl as a rookie, who, according to Pro Football Focus, because I understand most people are not evaluating the Niners safety position, had the best season of his career since he was a rookie last year, who's in the prime of his career, who plays a position that there's not a surplus of excellent players at. The idea, and as CC mentioned, if this is just a matter of time, no problem. To quote CC, no problem. But if he does not get in the league, this is an affront to everybody because it will not be about distractions. It will not be about mentoring. It will simply be about sending a message. Hey, guess what, guys? We're not going to change the rules saying you got to stand, but we're going to effectively change the rule saying you have to stand. Because if, Cece, your favorite safety, the guy that took over for Eric Berry, Daniel Sorensen, number 48 for the Kansas City Chiefs.
A liability from the time Eric Berry got hurt.
He got 4 years, $16 million last offseason. 4 years, $16 million. He hasn't been at the exact age Eric Reid is now. He hasn't been better than Eric Reid a day of his life. And I'm not picking on Daniel Sorensen. We just talked about him a lot throughout the year because once Eric Berry went down, this would be, I'm glad Sherman brought it up because it was curious to me, why has he not gotten interest? He's not one of the best players in the league, but he is good enough to be in this league. He is absolutely, without question, good enough to be a starting safety on, I don't know, a third of the teams in the league, half the teams in the league, and there is no tangible reason that he would not be on a roster come the beginning of the season other than the owners are sending a message. Sherman said there could be legal action. Well, there is legal action right now with the league via Cap, the collusion case against the league. Nothing would be a bigger piece of collusion evidence than Eric Reid not being in the National Football League. It would be shameful.
And I know the league office in talking to players there because we've had extenuating circumstances. So people would say, well, how can the league blackball? Well, they blackballed some players now. Of recent history, Ray Rice, he could still be playing in the league. He's not playing. He's blackballed. Out of the league. Can't play. Now, we got other guys that have committed domestic violence and have not even admitted to it and done the rehab, the therapy, and he's with his wife. They're flourishing as a family. No, they're still playing the league. No, not Ray Rice. He's not playing.
Greg Hardy. Once he got a second chance with Dallas, he blew that. And you can't convince me there wasn't a team in the league that was like, he probably could help us. For some reason, he didn't. And by the way, I wasn't advocating for Greg Hardy to get another chance, and neither Cece nor I are comparing a peaceful protest to domestic violence. But the point being, there have been guys that have been, with a wink and a nod, blackballed. And maybe you support those guys being blackballed. Eric Reid, who, by the way, had one of the most eloquent quotes about this of anybody. Eric Reid said, he said, listen, I love myself, I love my body, but I work every single day to get my body better, to get my skill set better. Why can the same thing not apply to my country? I love my country, but I work every single day to make my country better. Why can we not do what athletes do to ourselves apply to us as citizens? Like, he has been, the few times he has talked, he's been thoughtful. If he doesn't get a spot in this league, man, that is, to me, it will be even more bothersome than Cap. Because at least Cap, you can squint hard enough, backup quarterback. There would be a lot of media surrounding it. He has been, I mean, Cap is leaning into it now. He wore the Kunta Kinte shirt to the deposition with Bob McNair. Like, Cap is not doing everything he can to get back in the league, whether he should have to or shouldn't have to. None of that applies to Eric Reid.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.